You've entered Divine Femme Diaries, where softness meets soul and beauty begins within. This is a space for hot mess honesty, feminine energy, and the quiet power of being soft, raw, and real. Subscribe, come as you are, stay for the vibe. It's Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 16 reunion time, and baby, the drama starts before they even hit the couch. They're filming the reunion right in the heart of Atlanta this year. Phaedra arrives first. Then here comes Shamea, skipping. Girl, she is so happy to be there. Kelly strolls in, and Porsha, sis is already sleeping with the breakfast spread open. Bacon, eggs, grits. Angela arrives and goes to glam. Now, Phaedra steps out of glam and knocks on Britt's door and realizes nobody's there. So she walks over to Porsha's room like, Britt's room is empty. At first, they just assume she's running late, but then Cynthia walks in and asks Porsha, wait, Britt really didn't show up? Cue the suspense music because things are not adding up. Reunion filming was supposed to start at 9:30. Drew finally shows up around 10:30, an hour late. Meanwhile, glam is still in full effect. Porsha's getting final touches, Kelly's stepping out, and the rest of the ladies are lining up to take their seats. As Andy starts introducing the ladies, Shamea is shooting daggers at Porsha, Angela gives side-eye to Phaedra, and Porsha, baby, she's throwing subtle shade right back at Shamea. Andy jumps into it. Welcome to the Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 16 reunion. After 16 years, Atlanta reigns supreme. But this season, it got a facelift, a remix, and a whole new vibe. Then Andy drops the bomb. Britt Edie has decided not to join us today. Everybody is shocked. Kelly doesn't hold back, calling Britt out for causing chaos and then pulling her usual victim and villain move. Phaedra says they're supposed to be a sisterhood, and it's sad Britt didn't even call her. Turns out Porsha spoke to Britt the night before, and she said she was coming to the reunion, but nope, she ghosted the whole thing. Shamea was ready to call her out for lying. And Drew? She spills that Britt actually threatened to sue her over a blog post tied to that messy poster board from Kenya. So Drew was prepped and ready to talk. But now it's lawyers only, apparently. So much tension, so many questions, and that's before anyone even opened their receipts folder. Andy turns to Porsha and asks about her highly publicized divorce from Simon. She reveals the prenup took nearly 9 months to finalize, and the biggest point of contention? The house. Even though Simon bought it before they married, Porsha wanted it, and in the end, she got it. Then Andy drops a bomb. The internet's accusing Porsha of calling ice on Simon. Porsha shuts it down. That wouldn't benefit me, she says. Even Shamea backs her. So Andy presses. Then where is Simon now? Phaedra jumps in. He's detained, she says. He's got immigration issues, and he's being held. The conversation shifts to Shamea and her husband Gerald's past with Simon. Shamea confirms they used to travel together and then asks Porsha directly, did you ever look into the rumors about Simon's money and his past? Porsha admits Gerald warned her. Not everything about Simon was as it seemed, but she went forward anyway. Kelly is asked about her viral comment, questioning if Porsha stole another woman's husband. Porsha snaps, calling Kelly a liar and claiming she came at her screaming before even introducing herself. Kelly holds her ground, saying the relationship never felt real, although in their private one-on-one, it did seem like Porsha loved him. Porsha tries to connect their experiences as women in toxic marriages, but Kelly shuts it down. I was married for 11 years. You were married for 11 months. Don't compare apples to peaches. Porsha concedes, frustrated. Yeah, I made my point. Then Andy drops the big one. Porsha, you've been accused of stealing a castmate's husband before, so why would you say you'd sleep with Angela's? Porsha immediately apologizes. She recounts that Angela once called her out at Cynthia's event, saying she needed to be held accountable for taking Simon from his wife. Angela interrupts. Actually, you brought up my husband first. The room gets tense. Then things heat up. Did Shamea introduce Porsha to Simon? Shamea denies it. But Angela insists, you said you did, in Nashville. Drew backs it up, so they roll the tape, and there it is. Shamea says she was there when Porsha and Simon started their relationship. Andy pushes. Porsha, did she introduce you to Simon? Porsha pauses. No. Andy points out the hesitation. Was it all a cover? Porsha brushes it off. I got him. I gave him back. Let's move on. And along with that, Porsha said that she needed her co-parent with her, which is why she was so overprotective of Dennis. Kelly made a jab at Porsha, which devolved into house discourse. Andy pivots to Drew, asking if she stands by calling Porsha's comeback a flop. Drew does, and says Porsha spent the whole season coming for her instead of showing her real life. Porsha fires back, accusing Drew of sleeping with Dennis for studio time. Drew denies it. It was business, not pleasure. The text receipts? Gone. Porsha claims Dennis once said, I'm not going to sleep with you, I just want my studio money. Drew says she showed the same text to Ralph. Andy presses, but the stories don't line up. Shamea jumps in again, and Drew snaps, calling her a lapdog. Angela co-signs, accusing Shamea of acting like Porsha's assistant. That's when things go left. Porsha throws Shamea under the bus, claiming she told her not to bring up Dennis. Shamea denies it. Voices rise. The energy gets heated. Andy steps in. Drew, of all the producers in Atlanta, why Dennis? Drew stays calm. The music was fire, she says. Even Porsha agrees. The album is actually really good. But then she calls Drew out for bashing her hair brand on the Breakfast Club. Andy pivots to a moment everyone's been waiting for. Porsha, after everything, do you owe Drew an apology? Porsha gets up, walks across the stage, and takes Drew's hands. Yes, she says. Meeting with Ralph was petty. It didn't feel good. And watching it back, I regret it. Drew tears up. The two embrace, emotional. The entire cast claps. A rare reunion truce. Then, attention turns to Kelly. She's asked about her fallout with Britt. Kelly says she extended her glam squad to help Britt out during a rough patch, but it spiraled. Britt started claiming the whole team like it was hers. It felt like she wanted my life, Kelly says. And let me be clear, there's nothing she has that I want. Porsha jumps in, bringing up rumors Britt wanted to form an alliance to take her down. Shamea confirms it, but Porsha insists she had no idea and no interest. Shamea challenges that. You knew. Tension between the two builds. Porsha grows visibly irritated, clearly done with the back and forth. Andy then turns to Kelly again. Did you support Britt out of loyalty or blindness? Kelly admits she was being a friend, but now that she knows how it feels to be lied on, she has regrets. Angela steps in. She says Kelly never gave her a real shot, choosing loyalty to Britt over forming her own opinions. Kelly disagrees. I tried, but we didn't click, and that had nothing to do with Britt. Finally, Andy addresses the darkest moment of the season. Britt bringing up Kelly's abortion at Phaedra's event. Kelly's voice shakes. She says the story wasn't true, and it wasn't Britt's to tell. She explains her difficult pregnancy with twins, her medical trauma, and her decision to get her tubes tied. She hasn't even told her daughters yet. And now, thanks to the show, she'll have to. Even in a cast full of chaos, that moment lands with undeniable weight. And just when you thought it couldn't get any messier, here comes Angela, ready to talk about the whole Marcus situation. Now listen, we've already covered Drew and Porsha, Kelly and Britt, Angela and Phaedra, basically everything in part 1, except the Shamea and Porsha blow up. So why we're burning through all this now? I don't know, but here we go. Andy turns to Angela. Were you certain it was Phaedra who sent Marcus into the group? Angela doesn't hesitate. First and foremost, he told me it was Phaedra. He's from Athens, Georgia. His aunt is a woman named Kimberly. Phaedra cuts in. I don't know Kim. Angela's not letting it slide. This is a pattern. Phaedra. What kind of pattern? Angela. Direct. A pattern of lying. Angela grabs her receipts. A whole folder. Let me show you. She opens it. This is Marcus. This is his aunt Kimberly. Kimberly is friends with your brother. Is this your brother? Phaedra confirms. That's my oldest brother. Angela continues. They went to high school together. There are only 2 high schools in Athens, and your brother and Kimberly were there. So how did this man, who knows your brother's friend, come on this show and randomly say you brought him on? Phaedra holds her ground. I don't know that man. Angela pushes back. He didn't just pull your name out of thin air. And the gag is, he was gonna pin it all on Kelly. And you, You gave me his contact info. Angela believes it wasn't just coincidence. She says it felt calculated, that Phaedra did this to secure her spot on the show. Phaedra claps back. My spot is secured. I'm not worried about it. Angela turns to Porsha. Why are you defending her? She lied on you, and now she's manipulating you. But at this point, Porsha is riding for Phaedra. So is Andy. Angela's over it. Really, Andy, let me talk. Stop cutting me off. And with that, part 1 of the reunion comes to a close. That was a lot. So what did y'all think? Did it give? Was it too rushed? Should they have saved something for part 2? Drop your thoughts in the comments.